Fourth grade lesson 2.11, multiply 3 and 4-digit numbers with regrouping. Same algorithm, we're just stretching it out into something bigger. We're stretching it out to be used with numbers that are bigger is what I should say, but the same process happens. So as you start to see it at first, you'll think, oh, that's a really big number to multiply, but as you get used to using the algorithm, you'll see that it's all the same steps. So you'll get very comfortable with it. Let's get started. All right, so our essential questions: how can you use regrouping to multiply? And we kind of already answered that in the previous lesson by learning that carryover process still can happen. It's a little bit different because you're not adding columns like you did in addition. Now you're multiplying with that distributive property, but you've now condensed it down where you're like, I'm just know it's there, I'm just doing it in my brain. Let's unlock the problem on this and see what we've got going on. Alice Spring in Missouri produces an average of 567 million gallons of water per week. How many million gallons of water do the springs produce in 3 weeks? Underline the question, how many millions of gallons of water does it produce in 3 weeks? Circle information that's important. Well, in 1 week, per week, singular, right? 1 week. In 1 week, it produces 567 million gallons. And so if we're doing that for 3 weeks, it would be 567 million plus 567 million plus 567 million. So they said how many million gallons. So they've already dealt with the million part for us. We just have to find out what 567 times 3 is, because it's 567 added together 3 times, which is the same as 3 567s, or 567 times 3. All right. We'll estimate first. This is going to, 567 lays between 500 and 600, and this 6 is an up number, so we're going to round it up to a 600. 600. And then we can do our estimate. 3 times 6 is 18 with 2 zeros on the end. Looks like that. That is 1,800. Our answer is going to be somewhere around 1,800-ish million gallons of water. That's a lot of water. Okay. So using our algorithm here, we have 567 times 3. We start by multiplying the ones column. 3 times 7 ones. 3 times 7 ones. And that is 21 ones. And we're going to regroup that just like we did in addition. So that's 2 full, right? So we're going to go 21. Split it up, carry that over. Now, remember, this was 500 plus 60 plus 7. We did the 3 times 7. Now we need to do the 3 times 60. So 3 times 6, oh, that's what they're going to do down here. 3 times 6 tens, 3 times 6 tens is 18, but we added 2 more tens there. So it's 20 tens. All right. And if we're going to put 20 here, that's too full. Only 9 can fit in this row. So we're going to do 20, carry over, much like what you did with additions. Carry over, kind of the same thing, 20. And now we need to do the 3 times 500. Remember, that's 500 plus 60 plus 7. We have to do 3 of each of those. So 3 times 5 is 15, plus those 2 carryovers, 16, 17. Oh, that's what they did here. I keep going ahead of myself. 3 times 5, 15, plus those 2 is 17. 3 times 500 is 1,500, plus, see, I messed that up. I got all ahead of myself. 3 times 7, 21, there we go. And then, so this was 3 times 6 tens is 18, plus the 2 tens that carried over. 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 2 that carried over. So Alice Springs produces 1,701 million gallons of water in 3 weeks. That's a lot of water. All right, let's go ahead and look at another example. Well, there's a lot going on this page, right? Don't be afraid of it. Remember, Are you ready for the storm? I am the storm, right? You are the storm. Let's get it. Let's face this challenge, right? Face first. All right. We have this lakefront vacation rentals. You could do package A, package B, or package C. Adult cost, child cost. You know, if you're wanting to go on this vacation package, then you're going to need to know how much it'll cost you. The table shows the price of 3 vacation packages. Jake, his parents, and his sister want to choose a package. All right, let's talk about Jake, his parents, and his sister, because we've got adult costs and child costs. So let's just get our minds wrapped around Jake, his sister, 2 little kids, and parents. So we have 2 adults and 2 children. So whatever we're going to be calculating here, we need to keep that in mind. All right. About how much would package C cost Jake's family? Okay, let's take a look at this word about how much. About how much doesn't mean you need to find the exact answer. About how much means that you get to find the estimate. You don't have to calculate it precisely. And I know that estimating has been something that you've been wrestling with over the last couple of weeks. However, you're getting better at it, and eventually you really get happy when you say, about how much? Nice, I can just round it off and just do a quick calculation, and that's nice. All right, so for package C, let's go ahead and look at the information we have on package C. Remember, there are 2 children and 2 adults in Jake's family. So we're going to do 2 adult cost and then 2 children cost. So that's what all this is over here. And they said about how much. So I get to just round it. 699 is between 600 and 700, and it's super duper 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 close to 700. So I'm rounding it up to 700. 2 times 7 is 14 with 2 zeros on the end. So the adult cost would be $1,400. Ooh, expensive vacation. I hope they're getting lots of stuff for that. And then the estimated cost for the 2 children, that was 2 children at $484. 484 is between 400 and 500, and that 8 means it's closer to 500 than it is to 400, so we round it to that. 2 times 5 is 10 with 2 zeros on the end. I have a 10 with 2 zeros. That is 1,000. And I just add those together for a total of about how much. It will cost them about $2,400 to go on vacation with package C. So package C would cost Jake's family about $2,400. Now Jake's family wants to compare the total costs of package A and C. Which plan costs more? How much more does it cost? Ooh, they've got all kinds of math going on for you guys. All kinds of math going on for you. You should thank them. They are bringing on the storm. And no. You are the storm. Jake's family wants to compare the total cost of package A and C. This time it didn't say about how much. We want some information solid. Okay. So in package A, adult is $1,299. And remember, we have 2 adults, so we'll do 2 of those. Package A for children is $619, and we have 2 of those. So we're going to do 619 times 2 and find out what the total is. So let's do that first. This is where we're back to using that algorithm we just learned in the previous lesson. Remember, extended out, this is 1,000 plus 200 plus 90 plus 9. And I have to multiply each of those pieces by 2. We start in the ones column because if I have anything spilling over, it's easy just to clean it up right then instead of having row after row and then adding it together. So 2 times 9 is 18. And 18 is too big, it won't fit there, so we just carry it over, much like we did in addition. And then 2 times 9 here, this is that 2 times 90 really, but we're already pushed over to here. So 2 times 9 is 18 plus 1 more is 19. Spills over, right? 2 times 2 This is 2 times 200. Notice we're spilled in already to the hundreds place. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And then finally 2 times 1,000. We're already at the thousands place. So 2 times 1 is 2. So the two adults will be 2,598. Now let's do the children. This is 600 plus 10 plus 9. We'll start with the 2 times 9 first. 2 times 9 is 18. Too much. We must carry over 18. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. That fits just fine. No carryover necessary. 2 times 6. Remember, that's 2 times 600 technically, but we're already pushed into the hundreds place. 2 times 6 is 12. Nothing to carry over to. We're just going to go ahead and fit it on there. That is 1,238. So for the cost of the two adults, it's that much money, 2,598. For the cost of the two children, 1,238. So the total cost for all family members to go, we've got to add those numbers together. So here we're multiplying, then we're adding, right? 8 plus 8 is 16. You're pretty comfortable with this. You've been doing this for several weeks pretty comfortably. It didn't fit, so we spilled over. 9 plus 3 is 9, 10, 11, 12, plus the carryover 13. That has to carry over. 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 1 more is 8. That fits just fine. And 2 plus 1 is 3. So you're noticing now probably, in addition, we just keep going straight down row by row. Multiplication is very different. We have to get each of these multiplied by the number down here. So that's just because we had to split 600 and do that times 2, 10, and that times 2, and 9, and that times 2. Okay, now they want us to do the same for package C. So it's $3,836 for package A. They have that there already. Now we need to find out how much package C will cost. So same thing, we're going to do 2 adults at $699 and 2 children at $484. We know about how much it will cost. That's the one that we estimated to find out about how much. But now let's find out the actual product. This is 600 plus 90 plus 9. Let's do the 2 times 9 first. That is 18. Then the 2 times 90. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 more is 19. That's going to have to carry over. And 2 times 600, or 2 times 6, since we're already pushed to the hundreds place, 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. A little cheaper on package C than it was package A. Remember, look at the adults for package A and the adults for package C. On the children, this is 400 plus 80 plus 4. We need to multiply each of those pieces by 2. 2 times 4 is 8. That fits just fine. 2 times 8 is 16. That's going to spill over. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And then we need to add the cost for the adults and the cost for the children together because the whole family's going, right? So let's add that all together. 1,398 plus 968. And now it's addition. It is straight up and down. 8 plus 8 is 16. That won't fit, so it's going to spill over. 16. 9 plus 6 is 15, plus 1 more is 16. That spills over. 9 plus 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 1 more, 13, spills over. And 1 plus 1 is 2. $2,366 is how much package C will cost for their family. Less than that, right? And that comes down to the question, which plan costs more? Okay, well, the one that costs more is package A. And then the question of how much more does it cost? So we have added, We have multiplied, like we almost have the full storm going on, but why not add one more piece of the storm to it? How much more? You guys are recognizing really well now when we say how much more or how much less, we're looking for the difference between two numbers. I'll draw that for you just so your brain can remember it. There's the picture for it. How much more? We have this value and a larger value. When they say how much more, is like, what is this value? We know this plus this is that, or this plus this is that. How can I find out that unknown value? I can take this whole amount and then cut out this part. And of course, cutting out means subtracting. So take this value, subtract that from it, and you find out what's left, right? Which is all we want to know. And they set that up for us, 3,836 minus 2,366 to find out how much more package A is. We do the subtraction. 6 minus 6 is 0. 3 minus 6, oh no, cannot do. If I have 3, you can't take 6 from me. Borrow from next door. That will be a 7, and that will be a 13. 13 minus 6, if you're using your fingers, no problem, but we don't have 13 fingers, or we're not supposed to anyway. Start at 6 and count up to 13 on your fingers. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, that is 7. Oopsie, 7. Now I have this 7 minus 3. I can do that. 7 minus 3 is 4. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So package A is the more expensive one, and it would cost $1,470 more than package C. I hope for that $1,470 they give a lot more stuff to do. Maybe they get free boat rental. Well, not free, you're paying for it, but unlimited boat rentals or something. I don't know. Hopefully you get something good for that. What I want you to take away from this is, even if it's a big problem, you can do it. Think of it like a puzzle, but you've got all those skills. You could have done that with no problem. The only skills we just need to hone in are these ones, the multiplication. The rest of it, I know you guys are adding like crazy. You've got that down, and I know you're subtracting, and I know you're recognizing how much more is subtract. Okay, so somebody was multiplying 1,274 times 6, and they want us to tell what is happening in step 1 of the problem right here. Well, they did right. We have 1,000 plus 200 plus 70 plus 4, and they started with the ones column. 6 times 4 is 24. So we could write that on here, something like they multiplied 6 times the 4 that's in the ones column. I don't know how we want to word that. Something like that. There, that's how I worded it. 6 was multiplied by the 4 ones. 6 was multiplied by the 4 ones. Of course, that's 24. That carries over. Then 6 is multiplied by the 7 tens. That's 42 plus 2 more. 43, 44, 44. 6 was multiplied by the 200s. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus the 4 carryover, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. And then 6 is multiplied by the 1,000. That's 6 plus 1 more is 7. And there's your answer. Use this as a guide as you go through this. So we're going to do these. And I know we're over here looking at this. And I know Yesenia's over there like, it's impossible to do that. And then she realized, of course, it's not impossible to do that. She's going to ace that. Yesenia, you're going to ace that. Don't you worry. All right. Estimate and then find the product. So first we need to find the estimate. Then we have to actually do the calculation and see how close they are. 603 is between 600 and 700, and it's super duper duper close to 600. So of course we would round it to 600. And 6 times 4 is 24 with 2 zeros on the end. That is 24 with 2 zeros on the end. 2,400. I'm hoping you're feeling like you've got that nailed down pretty well by now. Now we will find the actual product. This is 600 plus 3, right? So we've got to do the 4 times 3 first. 4 times 3 is 12. And of course that doesn't fit here, so we have to carry over. Now I know that 0 is 0 tens, but we do have to deal with it. It has to be multiplied. 4 times 0, of course, is 0, but then we have that 1 carry over on there, so 0 plus 1 is 1. And then 4 times 6 is 24. So the actual product is 2,412, very, very close to our estimate of 2,400. Let's look at number 3, estimate. We have 1,935, and that's between 1,000 and 2,000. And look at that 9 next door. That means that's super duper close to 2,000. So of course we'll round that to 2,000. And multiply that by 7. Again, this is usually going to happen just right in your brain, but until we feel confident doing that, then we'll just write it down for your brain to see it. 7 times 2 is 14 with 1, 2, 3 zeros on the end. 14 with 1, 2, 3 zeros on the end. Our answer should be somewhere around 14,000. This is getting big. I hope that's money because I want that money. All right, now let's find the actual product. This is 1,000 plus 900 plus 30 plus 5, and I need to multiply 7 by each of those pieces. So 7 times 5 is 35, but that's not going to fit here. So I'm going to spill over, carry over there. 35. 35. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 3, 22, 23, 24. 7 times 9 is 63, plus 2 more is 65. And 7 times 1 is 7, but then we add 6 more, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13,545 is the actual product, not too far away from the 14,000 estimate. So it's reasonable. All right. Great big number. You got this, Yesenia. I know you do. 8,326 rounded. This is between 8,000 and 9,000. And that 300 is closer to keeping it the same. So we're going to round that to 8,000. And we're going to do that calculation using our trick from previous lesson. 8 times 5 is 40 with 1, 2, 3 zeros on the end. That is 40. With 1, 2, 3 zeros on the end. Now let's do the actual calculation. It should come out to be around 40,000-ish. This is 8,000 plus 300 plus 20 plus 6, and each of those pieces need to be multiplied by 5. Starting with the ones place in case there's carryover. 5 times 6 is 30, won't fit there, so let's carry over. 5 times 2 is 10. This is 5 times 20, but we're already in the tens place. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 more, 11, 12, 13. Carry over. It doesn't fit there. 5 times 3 is 15. That's 5 times 300, but we're already in the hundreds place. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Carry over. 5 times 8, really that's 5 times 8,000, right? But we're already in the thousands place. So 5 times 8 is 40, plus 1 more is 41. And that is 41,630, fairly close to our estimate. So that is reasonable. Hopefully that is starting to all come together. You did it in the previous lesson with just the 2-digit numbers, and now they've just expanded it out to more digits. Same process though, right? If you feel like you're understanding that just fine, go ahead and go on to Think Central. If not, I will go over several more practice ones with you in class. I'm actually going to do one more slide where I do just a few more on here, so you can stay if you want a few more practice ones with me. But if you've got this and you're ready for Think Central, then you may go, and I'll just practice a few more with a few of you if you want 1 or 2 more. Okay, and if you weren't already doing this with me in the Sharon show, then try it, pause the video, try it, and see where you get stuck, or pause the video, try it, and then check your answer if you do get an answer. You probably were already doing that on the Sharon show. It's usually what we do there, but just in case you weren't, this is your chance to go ahead and see how well you're getting it and where you're getting stuck before you have to go fly on your own on Think Central. So we have 3,316, and we're multiplying it by 8. 3,316 is going to fall between 3,000 and 4,000, but this 3 tells me that it's going to be closer to 3,000 than it is to 4,000. So I am going to round that to 3,000, and I'll multiply that times 8. I'll check my grid. If I don't have this memorized, 8 times 3 will be 24 with 1, 2, 3 zeros on it. 24 with 1, 2, 3 zeros on it. So my answer should be somewhere around 24,000. So now let's find the actual product. 3,000 plus 300 plus 10 plus 6. Each of those pieces need to be multiplied by 8. We start with the ones place. 8 times 6 is 48. It doesn't fit in that spot, so it carries over. 8 times this 10, we're already in the tens place, so 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 more, 9, 10, 11, 12. That carries over. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. 8 times 3, right, technically that's 8 times 3,000, but we're in the thousands place already. Everything pushed us there already. So 8 times 3 is 24, plus 2 more gives us 26. So the actual answer, oops, that comma's in the wrong spot. Let me fix that. Is 26,528, which is reasonably close to 24,000. So that's a reasonable answer. All right, we'll try number 6. Pause the video and give it a try, and then play when you're stuck or when you have an answer. For my estimate, I've got 2,000, this 900, that's going to be between 2,000 and 3,000. This 9 makes that closer to 3,000 than it is 2,000. So I'm going to use 3,000 as my rounded number times 7. 7 times 3 is 21 with 1, 2, 3 zeros on the end. 21 with 1, 2, 3 zeros on the end. My answer, my product, should be somewhere around 21,000-ish. Maybe it'll be just a little under it because I rounded up. Not maybe. It will be just a little bit under 21,000 because we rounded up. Now we've got 2,000 plus 900. And I have to multiply all those parts times 7. I do have to do this times 7 because remember I'm pushing myself over and dealing with every place value. So 7 times 0 is 0. No carryover necessary. 7 times 0 tens is 0 tens. 7 times 900s, that's going to be 63. That does need to carry over. 7 times 2 is 14, plus this 6, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. So my answer is 20,300, which is just a little underneath the 21,000 estimate that we had. Very, very good. Very good. All right, last one to practice. Go ahead and pause and try it, and then push play when you're ready. Okay, this is 4,123, so it's between 4,000 and 5,000. This 100 means that it's closer to 4,000 than it is to 5,000. So I will round it down to the 4,000. And I'll multiply that by 6 for my estimate. 4 times 6 is 24 with 1, 2, 3 zeros on there. 24 with 1, 2, 3 zeros on there. And now I'm doing 4,000 plus 100 plus 20 plus 3. Each of those parts need to be multiplied by 6. Start with the 3. I start with the ones place in case there's spillover or carryover. 6 times, that's the regrouping that the lesson's talking about. The carryover is the regrouping, by the way. 6 times 3 is 18. I will carry over on that or regroup on that. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. Carry over. 6 times 1, that's 6 times 100, right? And that's where we're dealing with is the hundreds place. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And 6 times 4, this is 6 times 4,000 technically, but that's where we're at, is that thousands place. 6 times 4 is 24. So my answer is 24,738. Very close to this. A little higher, right, than this because we had rounded down. So our number was a little higher. We would expect our product to be a little higher than our estimate. I hope that was enough to get you all set up to do Think Central and feel confident about it. However, if it isn't and you want more time practicing with me, I'm happy to practice with you until you do feel confident. We'll do that in class.